Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Out at the range today with heavy metal. Super excited. First time at the range with this baby. If you don't know by looking at it or the title of this video probably, this is the Bergara B-14 squared Crest. That's a mouthful, but this is the Crest that Bergara came out with here this past year. This particular one is in 300 Win Mag. What we're going to do today, take it back to 100 yards, get it sighted in, and see what we think about it. But just feeling the trigger here on the bench, out of the box, love the trigger. But carbon fiber stock, fluted barrel. On top, I've got a Blackhound Emerge. That's a good piece of glass. In the 300 Win Mag, this is a 22-inch barrel. It's threaded. These come with the Omni muzzle brakes. I've got my Banish 30 Gold can on here. What else we need to know about these Crests? Bergara is making them right now, as of this point in time, in 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 7 PRC, and the 300 Win Mag. But super, super nice package full of tons of goodies. Fluted barrel, 20 MOA rail, has 2 studs up front for a bipod and a sling. It also has the that type of sling stud, which the name is escaping me at this second, but I just bore sighted it. I've brought out some 180 grain Remington core lock tip. I've been having really good luck with this stuff. This is a 1 in 10 twist in the 300 Win Mag. AICS style mags, I didn't mention that yet. But let's go back to the bench, really slow down, take our time, get this thing sighted in. There's a real good chance I may be taking this after some deer here pretty soon, so we need to get it set up, sighted in, and we're going to see today if it likes that Remington core lock tip stuff. But I'll meet you back there at the 100-yard bench. All right, back here at 100 yards. First time slinging some blue lots out of the Bergara Crest, but while I'm standing here, I might as well show you the Remington core lock tipped in 300 Win Mag. This is the 180 grain. But let's see what we can do with it. Loaded up 3 in there already. Like I said, I already bore sighted it, so we ought to at least be on paper at 100 yards. Let's see where we're at. My new lead sled I've been using, I've been sighting in tons of stuff. This is the Caldwell Lead Sled DFT2. DFT dual frame technology. It has these 2 bars so you can have your magazines down in between there, or a lever action, or something like this bolt action. But let's see where we're at now, 100 yards. All right, we hit the paper. Looks like we're up 1.5 and right 1. I'm gonna go ahead and make the adjustment there. It's up, so we need to come down, which is this way. Gave it 6 clicks. And it's right, so we need to go left, which is this way. Gave it 5 clicks that way. Send another one on that same hold middle target. Where's my box? Gotta keep my breath. Here we go. Should be pretty near dead on, assuming I just did that right. Let's send another one. That one's up and left an inch. Send another one before I touch it. All right, that touched that hole, so I'm gonna come down and right. That's good to see, 2 touching. That's a good sign. Let me make this adjustment here. There's 3 clicks that way. Now, should have brought my shisher shield. I'm getting some mirage out here in the sun. Make sure this is tight. Yep, it's tight. Let's go ahead and send 3 more. We're not too warm. I can sit here and hold the barrel, but it's definitely not cool. So, load 3 more. And doing a group here without touching the scope. Let's go for the top right, or top left rather. A good squeeze there. And we kiss the bullseye. I think we got a winner here, and based on that, I also think that this Crest likes this Remington core lock tip stuff. I'm putting them where I'm telling it to. Number 2 for this group. Hey, that touched the first one. What do you know? Oh, I like it when that happens. I was holding my breath a long time on that one. A lot of people say you shouldn't hold your breath. Do what you do best. So a lot of people say squeeze the trigger at the bottom of your exhale. I've always held my breath, and that's just the way I like to do it. Number 3 for this group. Now that one went a little up, didn't it? That's still inside a 1-inch group though. How hot are we getting? Let's let it cool and I'll come back and do a couple more groups. So far so good. All right, here we go. Let it cool in the shade for a while. How cold did we get it? Pretty near cold. Can't hardly feel anything warm on that. So, let's load up 3 more here. Let's do 2 more groups. See what we can squeeze out of this Bergara. We already accomplished the under an inch group at 100 yards goal, but let's see if we can get those groups down even further. Let's go for that bottom left target. I know my hat's goofy. I don't wear my hat sideways, but it's blocking the sun. Good squeeze there. That hit up and right, or up and left. That might be from my hat being all cockeyed. Let's take that off. Were we up and left before? I guess we were a shade up and left, so let's just go ahead and do a group, and if we need to adjust the scope, we will. That was up and right that time. Super smooth action, I gotta say that again. And that put 2 in the same hole. Let's go for that bottom right now. And that sun really is right in my eyes on coming in at me this way. So load up 3 more and do 3 more. Hard to say if that last one, that first one, was because of me. If I had a bad squeeze or jumped, or but let's go ahead and bring that down a bit. Based on that last group, I'm gonna go 4 clicks and bring it down. See what we can do here. I don't feel right without my hat on. Let me put my hat back on. If you see me anywhere, I'm gonna have a hat on. Unless you see me at church. I don't wear a hat at church. See me at church, you might not recognize me. Here we go. Bottom right target, do my best at 3 in a row here. Good squeeze there. That one hit a little left. Regardless of how this does, I'm gonna do it's gonna be an expensive video, but I'm gonna do an ammo test of this thing and see how we do in a big ammo test. I put 2 in the same hole. That's what I like to see. See if we can keep that going. And there we go. I didn't touch those previous 2, but that's still definitely inside an inch. How hot are we after 6? A little steamy. Tell you what, just for fun, let's send 3 more. This will be 7, 8, 9 in a row. I'm not letting it cool for this group, but we got 1 more target, so let's just go ahead and finish off this target. Good squeeze. So tell us the difference if this thing cares if it heats up too. Good squeeze, 2 touching. Man, we ought to be able to get a group with 3 touching. Good squeeze, and it kicked that 3rd one out. What in the devil? I'm gonna send another one into that group. So it's hard to say that that's heat because we had 2 in the touching just before that, after it was already a pretty steamy barrel. We'll send a 4th into that last group there, just for fun. Yeah, see, then that made it, that stacked them in there. So maybe that 3rd one to the right was me, hard to say. But let's go measure those groups, see how we did. All right, so how did we do? Our sighting in was bouncing here, 1, 2, 3. And then how did our groups do? So we got a 0.72 with those 1, 2, 3. That's in inches, 0.72 inches. Then we got a 0.77 inches, so pretty consistent there. And a 0.85 over here. The theme kind of is 2 touching and then kicking 1 out. 2 touching, then kicking 1 out. 2 touching, then kicking 1 out. 0.85, so an average there of about that. 0.77, 3/4 inch group. And this one, I had my camera moved off of it, but I did 1, 2 touching, and then this was the 3rd one. Then I sent a 4th one, and it did that. So with that, that's a 1.5 inch group. If we just forget that that ever happened, we got a 0.6 right there, but that was sending 4, and that was number 3. So definitely under the 1 inch group at 100 yards that we're always looking for. And with that Remington core lock tipped, we're averaging about 3/4 of an inch here, testing it out. All right, there you have it, guys. First trip to the range and sighting in this Bergara B-14 squared Crest. Give you another up close look at this thing. That's my Banish 30 gold on the end, fluted barrel, carbon fiber stock, fluted bolt. I don't think I told you that off the start. But yeah, I like the trigger on the thing right out of the box. Yeah, Blackhound on top, clear piece of glass, nice piece of glass. With that Remington core lock tip today, we're averaging roughly 3/4 of an inch at 100 yards, which most people's book is doing pretty good for some hunting boo lots. But stay tuned. I'm gonna do, like I said, some more group testing with probably some 150s, 170s, 175s, and some more 180s, and see maybe if we can find one that groups even better than 3/4 of an inch. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following us everywhere. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hooty-hoo.